So this is a compressor on a digital mixer. It's actually the Behringer Wing. I have this board. If you want to, you can research that soundboard so you can learn more about it. It's called the Behringer Wing. All right, so here's a compressor. It has this is, I guess you could say, a basic compressor. They have different forms of compressors. They have like on this particular mixer and on Pro Tools and on Logic, they have different uh, compressors that you can use that can be used as that are actually plugins, and they have the controls may look different. They might have more or less knobs to turn or virtual knobs to turn, but um, they all basically do the same thing. Let's actually go to what a compressor does. Let's go to the next slide. So here's what a compressor what a compressor is. A compressor is a tool used to control dynamics of an audio signal. It can be used to make loud sounds softer and soft sounds louder. Controls dynamics basically. Yeah. Basic basic compressor controls: threshold, ratio, attack, release, hold, knee, makeup gain. It's on some soundboards they just call it gain. And then we have the threshold. Threshold allows you to set when you would like the compressor to start working. And, that, and then we have the ratio, how much compression we want. And then we have the attack, how quickly the compressor will start compressing. We have the release, how long the compressor will keep compressing the signal, the audio signal, after the audio signal goes below the threshold. Let me see. I think my mouse will show. So if we could go back a little bit, the threshold is this right here. The ratio is this right here. All right. So the ratio is how much compression we want. I think we went over that. Yeah, we did. Okay. Hold. The amount of gain reduction is held constant for a while after the input signal falls below the threshold, and only after that hold period has passed is the attenuation restored. And you hear a difference. We're going to play around with it for this demonstration. All right, and then we got the knee, how aggressive the compression is. On some soundboards, they have one, they have two, three. One, the number one is normally the most aggressive compression. Number two is second to most aggressive, and so forth. So different soundboards have different amount of numbers. All right. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. All right. So, how to use a compressor live demonstration. We're going to go through that right now. I'm just setting it up over here on my end. And then we can switch over to see how to compress a live demonstration. All right. So, as you see, this is the Behringer Wing mixer. I'm going to play a stereo track. Oops, I had it. Man, I'm messing up here. go. So we're gonna just so you can have a brief overview as to what's going on. Um, I'm gonna play the whole track starting from where the lead singer enters into the song, and then the first time I play it, I'm gonna play it 2 times. The first time I play it, we're gonna play it without compression on the lead vocalist. We're gonna focus on the lead vocalist. We're not gonna focus on a keyboard, piano, organ, anything, background vocals. We're not gonna focus on any of that. We're gonna focus only on the lead vocalist. So the mix might not be perfect, but we're gonna focus mainly on the lead vocalist. All right. So first time, no compression on the lead vocalist. I want you to hear how the lead vocal mic, the person that's singing on it, the lead vocalist, their voice goes up and down throughout the song. There's no control, nothing to control her dynamics. So the compressor is what will do the job to control her dynamics so we can hear her consistently above everything else in the mix. This can be used for singing. This can be used for speech. If someone's talking on the mic, this can be used on an instrument. Compression helps to control dynamics in an audio signal. All right, let's take a listen with no compression on the lead mic.
Was heralded by an angel, born in a lonely manger. The Virgin Mary was his mother, and Joseph was his earthly father. 3 was men, they came from afar, guided by a shining star, to see King Jesus. Heralded by an angel, born in a lonely manger. The Virgin Mary was his mother, and Joseph was his earthly father. 3 wise men, they came from afar, guided by a shining star, to see King Jesus. Filled with hay. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. What a wonderful child. What a wonderful child. Jesus. So lonely. So lonely. Meek and mild. You taught me praise on
All right. So you heard the lead mic with no compression on it. So we are going to hear it now with me doing some work on the compressor. I recommend that you take, I guess you could say, take snapshots of everything that I spoke about, the PowerPoint slides. So you can, so when you're seeing me doing do changes on a compressor, you know why and what I'm doing. All right, let's go back. I'm messing up myself here. Okay.
He was heralded by an angel, born in a lonely manger. The Virgin Mary was his mother, and Joseph was his earthly father. Three wise men, they came from afar, guided by a shining star, to see King Jesus where he lay in a manger filled with hay. He was heralded by an angel, born in a lonely manger. The Virgin Mary was his mother, and Joseph was his earthly father. Three wise men, they came from afar, guided by a shining star, to see King Jesus where he lay in a manger filled with hay. Oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus, He is our Lord. What a wonderful child. What a wonderful child.
All right. So now you just heard the playback of a compressor being used on the lead mic. So I don't know if you realized, but the lead singer did not get lost as much in the song because the compressor was there to control the dynamics. And that's what we want. We want the lead singer to consistently be heard, um, here and there with the compressor off. You heard that when she lowered her volume, I think she was trying to create an intimate feeling somewhere in the middle of the song, and it didn't go well. Like she dropped her voice way too low. You heard that the first time I played back this track. For the second time, with the compressor on and the correct, I guess you could say, correct adjustments done, when she dropped her voice a little bit, it didn't sound as drastic. So that's important. We want to make sure that we can control the dynamics in someone's voice when they're singing, when they're talking, so everything that they say can be heard by anyone that's listening. So that's why I love to use a compressor. I don't have to keep moving the fader up and down. You know, like when she dropped her voice real low the first time around, I could have raised up the volume. So I mean, I should have done that so you can so you can see how much work needs to be done when someone is not controlled by a compressor or helped by a compressor. Um, but yeah, like if someone gets low, then you have to raise up their fader, and then when they get loud again, you got to turn it down. With a compressor, uh, it helps you to not have to do all that, riding a fader and babysitting someone's microphone. We don't want to have to keep doing that. There's so many other channels. You see this, like, look at this. I think I was using 32 channels. So I got to do sound. I got to mix tracks for everything else. You know, I got to mix the music. I mean, so I can't babysit that one microphone, that one channel. I have other things I need to do. So the compressor helps to control the dynamics in that person's voice. And if you, like I said, if you want to use it for an instrument, you can, depending on what instrument, to control its dynamics as well. But you could put a compressor on just about any channel, depending on the soundboard that you're using. All right, so I think that's basically it for what a compressor does, how to use it. I appreciate you watching. I hope you learned something new, something amazing. Practice this. This is something that can't be learned right away. I mean, you can. It doesn't. You kind of get it by just watching, listening, but practicing it, seeing what each knob does, and seeing how much to do that, how much to increase something or decrease something, depending on the circumstance. That's how you really learn, hands-on experience. All right, so thank you for joining, and I'll see you for the next one. Y'all take care now.